Hello, I'm Buck at SoCal Motorcycle Services. We're about to do a high flow air filter kit on a 2016 Sportster 48. This is the bike. It's a great bike. A customer just bought it, and it had, of course, had some issues. But one of the things we wanted to do was replace the air filter, the air cleaner kit, because the stock air filter is that, and it breathes through that tiny little hole right here. And the best analogy is to say that the bike stock comes with such a restricted air cleaner that it's like your bike has asthma. It can't breathe. And let me boil it down a little technical, but an engine is basically a big air pump. The more air you get in it and out of it, the more power it makes. Bikes like around between 13 and 14 to 1 fuel ratio. That's air to fuel. So you need, say, 13 parts of air for every 1 part of fuel you put in. So it's pumping much more air through the engine than it is fuel. So Harley puts on these very restrictive air filter kits, and we like to upgrade them with this kit right here. It's called the Arlen Ness Big Sucker Kit. It comes with everything you need, and they work very well. High quality. It costs in the neighborhood of about $200, plus or minus. And it makes a huge difference in how the bike runs. It just runs better, it revs faster. It just makes more power. It's a much better system. And let me show you what this kit comes with. And excuse me because I'm filming myself today. So in the box, you're going to get a new cover for your bike, for the air filter. You can get black or chrome. We got the black one. You get the K&N air filter. It's an Arlen Ness one, but it's very similar to a K&N. They're reusable and washable. They breathe much better. You don't have to replace these. You just clean them and oil them. And you don't even have to do that very often. It'll come with the backing plate. This is where you get your power from. Because instead of breathing through the little hole, you get this flat backing plate that allows you to mount the filter on it, and then it breathes through the whole circumference of the filter. And Arlen Ness has very high quality parts. They are CARB approved in California. This is what they look like. Very high quality. You can also get them with this backing plate in chrome as well. We don't want to scratch that. Then you get some instructions and all the hardware that you need. Comes with breather bolts, comes with the bolts for the kit, comes with O-rings that you need. You're going to need a few O-rings. And it's a really nice kit. This kit covers Sportsters from 1988 all the way up until the newest air-cooled Sportster, so probably 2023, because they stopped making the air-cooled Sportsters, but this is the one you're going to mostly see is the air-cooled Sportsters. It's relatively simple to put on, and you can just watch and see how I'm going to put it on. It's a really, I've used the hundreds and hundreds of these. It's a great bargain for what you get. Everything always fits. Comes with all of the gaskets you need. It's just a great kit. Alright, so let me set up so I can get the best shot for it, and we'll begin. See you in a minute. Okay, now here's the airbox we're going to remove. First step is to remove the airbox that's on there. And I like to use my T-handle. If you guys have seen some of my videos, you'll see that this is a tool that's very important. This one has a 1/2 inch bolt on it, but that's not what they usually come with. So someone's been working on this. So there's the cover, and you can have a better picture on where it breathes. It breathes through that little hole right here. Now, this air filter, I'm glad we're changing it because it's stock and it's completely filthy and plugged up. So then we're going to need a Torx bit to remove these bolts. And it looks like it's a T27. These were loose anyway. They're supposed to be pretty tight. And we're not going to need any of this original hardware. The Ness kit comes with everything. And if you're changing your air filter with a stock one, this is how you remove it. You remove it, get a new filter and put it in, but I highly recommend you switch to one that breathes better. I like the Arlen Ness kit. I really do like them. Then you're going to have some bolts holding it on. Breather bolts. This is your engine breathers. It vents the crankcase air through and funnels it back into the carb. And this one was super loose anyway. So we take off the breathers, these breather bolts. One, two, then this pops right off. Now this is your throttle body. This is a throttle body bracket that Sportsters from 2007 and up will have. So we remove it, and you'll not be reusing it. And that is with an Allen. The Torx bolts were T27. The Allen for this bracket is 3/16. And you just remove it. You're not using any of that stuff. So then what you're going to do is you open up the parts kit and don't lose anything. I'm working outside today because it's San Diego summer, it's hot. But under the shade tree is nice. I guess you could call me a shade tree mechanic. So what we're looking for are these studs right here. These black studs. You're going to have 3 of them. They look like this. And you will have 3 of them. Now let me pause for a minute because I want to grab some Loctite. It's always good to Loctite these in. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I like to use some blue Loctite on it. The Loctite is sort of a glue for bolts that makes it so they don't vibrate out. And some of it just takes a very little bit. And you'll notice that that's the part that goes inside. You flip it over, there's a part for an Allen to tighten them a little bit. So you put on a little bit of blue Loctite on the threads. And just start them by hand, making sure that the Allen hole is facing out. A little bit more blue Loctite on the next one. And a little bit more blue on the third. I'm going to wipe the Loctite off the gasket surface. Then you install they give you a few gaskets. You're going to need one that goes here. Then you're going to need on the 08 and up Sportsters, you're going to need this little shim that they give you. Then you put on another gasket on top of it because you want everything gasketed. Now you take your backing plate, and if you look, there's grooves, 4 grooves on these. What you do is you need to put the supplied O-rings on those grooves. And how we do it is this. I like to take a little bit of grease. I put a dab of grease where the O-rings go. And that'll act as a glue. So put 1 on, 2 on. You'll see how the grease just holds the O-rings on. You don't have to fiddle with it. Same on the other side. And we put the O-rings in the slots. And the grease does a good job of keeping it. It actually acts like a glue. It just holds it in spot so that you can just not worry about it falling off. And then you open up your other bolt kit and you'll use the banjo bolts. These are what banjo bolts look like. They're hollow bolts that allow your engine to breathe. Then we slip on. The kit. Okay, so now what we do is we take the backing plate, slide it on, then we take the banjo bolts, and we put them on. And you will need a 1/4-inch socket, 1/4-inch hex. You put them on. And the O-rings will seal I don't use Loctite on these. The O-rings will seal so no oil leaks from the joints. Then we take these three long nuts, and we put them on. We do not want them coming off inside the bike, so we do a little bit more blue Loctite, just a tiny bit. And I would use blue, not red, so that you can actually take it off if you have to. Red you can take off, but you basically need, it's a lot stronger. And we screw these on. Okay, we use a 1/2 inch socket. Snug them down. Let me grab my directions, blew away. You torque the banjo bolts to about 10 to 12 foot-pounds, not too much. And then the standoffs, you torque them to 3 to 5 foot-pounds. We're not talking big torque here, guys. So basically, nice and snug. And then we open up the air filter kit, the actual air cleaner, the air filter. We clean up some of that red grease that I use just to make sure there's nothing in there. And we put this the air filter on till you can see all 3 holes. So just like that. Then we go back to our bolt kit, and you'll see these 3 Allen bolts. Remove those. Again, a little bit of blue Loctite. You don't need much at all. Then you will need a five 30-seconds. Allen to snug them up. And just like 3 to 5 pounds. Doesn't need to be very tight. Then we open up the cover. The cover will come with a bolt and a spacer. So the spacer fits in here. And it will space it out. And I do just a tiny bit of Loctite, because sometimes these spacers can these can loosen up. But you don't want to do crazy, because you don't want to. You want to be able to take it off. And there we go. Now look at that kit. I think it looks 100% better. It breathes all through 360 degrees of the filter. And your bike no longer has asthma. So no matter what kit you buy, they all go on very similar way. I recommend the Arlen Ness kit. It's never let me down, ever. And just a wonderful kit. Let me show you a close-up of what it looks like. And that backing plate is what does all the magic. It allows you to mount that filter. And I think it looks, it's an attractive addition to the bike. And you'll enjoy the benefits of more power, more torque, and it'll run a little smoother. So thanks again. You have any questions or comments, leave them below. Please like and subscribe. And have fun. Get on your bike and ride. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.